Hello and welcome back to the TV Show Club, the club where we just talk about the TV shows that have come out in the last week or so. I'm going to get straight into it because I'm very excited to talk about the first one. For some reason I didn't talk about this last time, but Attack on Titan came out, so we're going to talk about that now. The Attack on Titan finale part 1 was just... oh my god, this literally just had everything that I wanted, and my only downside or disappointment is that we've got to wait so long for the next part. Just everything was fantastic, from Hanji and that whole scene and her final moments. I mean, that is easily a top 10 fight scene. I don't even know why I said top 10, that's like top 5. And then the speech towards the end where they can see Eren and all the Titans come in, and that speech was incredible. I mean, scrap all that as well, let's go back to the beginning. The first 5 minutes of the show was just horrifying to watch. The rumbling happening and all these people just being trampled on, and then they can't do anything about it. The horror of the rumbling and how they portrayed that, oh my god, they just did such an incredible job with it. There's not much more I can say about it except for I'm just genuinely really excited for the final part. I mean, I don't know how they're going to wrap it all up in one episode, but I think they'll do it with justice. So the final episode of The Last of Us came out, and honestly, a week's gone by and I'm sad that I've now not got The Last of Us to watch on a Monday. What a show this was. It's going to go down as in the Hall of Fame of TV series, because that season 1 is just outstanding. The switch off that Joel has, and you see almost like the PTSD coming back, and he's like, no, basically out of body at that point, and I'm just doing what has to be done or what I think needs to be done, and seeing how they portrayed that in the show was just fantastic. And the last okay from Ellie, that okay I feel is so loaded, because at first glance you might think, oh, she's just saying, you know, okay, I trust you, I believe you, but then I think watching it you can tell that it's not that at all. It's her saying okay, I know you're lying to me and I don't think I can trust you anymore. It's such a loaded little line, and Bella Ramsey just did it perfect. I think if I was to change one thing about the series as a whole, it felt quite rushed towards the end. It just seems to be going here's another thing, here's another thing, here's another thing, where I think they could have possibly taken a little bit more time with it and maybe just had one more episode so it was 10 episodes. But as I say, I can't really complain. The Bad Batch episode 13 is the first time I think I've felt truly connected to the Bad Batch this whole season. This is kind of what I want, seeing their personalities and seeing them, you know, calm down and question, oh, what are we doing? You know, should we be just chilling and hiding out and just relaxing and growing Omega up? It's the first time I've well and truly actually enjoyed having the Bad Batch as an episode on its own, not being Crosshair or anyone else. And I thought it was a brilliant episode. In terms of the story, it is potentially filler, but also, as I say, it develops the characters, it makes you feel more connected to them, and that's what it should do. Episode 14 is what I wish we'd had some more of these episodes throughout the season, where it's not just focused on one character doing one thing. We can switch between, here's Echo doing a mission, here's the Bad Batch just chilling, here's, you know, Crosshair and what he's up to, and having all these multiple storylines, and they're all going to converge into one. That is fantastic, and I'm so glad that they're finally doing that, because episode 14 that was just brilliant. I'm so excited to see where they go with the Bad Batch and just seeing the Empire, and also making the Empire something to fear. Having that guy gas Crosshair and him not even be fazed by it. The Empire feels scary, and that's what the Empire should always feel like. The show is finally back on track, and it's going in such a good direction, so I can't wait to see what we get in these last couple of episodes. It genuinely baffles me why Star Wars fans are complaining about Mandalorian episode 3. To be honest, I think it's only a handful of people who are, but the people who are, just grow up. Mandalorian is giving us things that I didn't ever think I needed or wanted to see. Stuff that I wouldn't have even questioned about, but I'm getting to see it. What are Imperial officers doing after the Empire's done? Seeing them in a rehabilitation centre and what their lives are like now. I'd never even thought of that concept, but it's brilliant to see. Being back on Coruscant as well, I always love Coruscant, and I just genuinely think seeing the New Republic era of this, and seeing how flawed it is, and that it's essentially just the same as the Empire or the Republic before it, and nothing changes, and that's why it fails again, and that's where the New Order comes out of. Seeing all that and seeing that develop is just fantastic. The opening scene as well with the bombers, I mean, if you were telling me that's not Thrawn, you're wrong. You're wrong. Them adding little lines what kind of warlord has this kind of ammunition, they wouldn't put lines like that in if they weren't planning to have that develop into it's not a warlord. it's Thrawn. Seeing the development of Bo-Katan's character as well, that's just been really nice to see. I love her character, and I think, you know, seeing now that she's actually almost adopting the Mandalorian ways is brilliant, and I'm so happy for her. Episode 14 of The Mandalorian. Oh my god. When you saw the title, The Foundling, you just instantly knew that we were going to get some sort of either flashback, or my theories were that we're going to get something to do with Ahsoka, but that didn't happen. But to be honest, I didn't have anything to complain about what we did get. We finally have the reason and how Grogu got out of the temple, which has been something that literally everyone's been theorizing about and talking about forever, and seeing that complete story, and also Jar Jar Binks. If you don't know, the Jedi who saves Grogu is also the original actor of Jar Jar Binks in the prequel, which is brilliant. The most hated character, and now the actor gets some redemption and can save what is a lot of people's favourite character at the minute. Seeing the ruthlessness of the clones in that era is just, I just love Order 66. I mean, I don't love Order 66, but I love seeing Order 66 in action. And then even the rest of the episode, Bo trying to tell people about the Mythosaur, and she's just like, you might have some visions, that's cool. But Bo's like, no, genuinely, I saw it. She needs to tell Din, or just someone who will believe her. They need to go back to Mandalore. They need to explore it more. I want more time on Mandalore. I feel like that was very much, we went to Mandalore and went. I thought the whole series was going to be based around Mandalore and going to Mandalore, but it doesn't seem that it is. But either way, you know, I'm happy. Anyway, that has been all the episodes of TV that we've spoken about today. That's all from me. I'll see you hopefully next week, and yeah, in a bit. In a bit. When do I ever say in a bit?